He, she, me yesterday. Now the verb over here is unedited form, in unedited form. In the examination, this type of question will come and will be given 4 options. Now this portion is unedited, you have to just correct it. Now what should be the quickest possible tricks? Now often you have heard about the agreement of verb with the subject, but have you ever heard agreement of verb with the adverb? If you have not, let us clarify. First of all, go to yesterday. What do you mean by yesterday? The previous day. So this is adverb of time. This is the adverb which controls the main verb. So make a bridge. Come over here. Yesterday gives direction to the verb to change its form according to himself or itself. So now what should be here? She is in V1. Now immediately yesterday just tells him that change it to V2. Generally V2, and after that we make it in the second form of V2. Then he saw me yesterday. That is the correct answer. Now you can find that you don't have to read the entire sentence very thoroughly. Just verb and adverb. And this is the tricks. Now what you have learned in the examiner, what you have learned in the question, that yesterday is the indicator of V2. That means in a sentence, if you find that yesterday is there, then you have to make the verb in the second form. That means V2 saw. So this is the tips and tricks in the question. Every time you will find that whenever you find it in the sentence that yesterday has been given, the verb should be converted to V2. Good afternoon students, welcome to Mies Institute. I am Shamit sir. Today I will be talking about time and tense. Now time and tense has been considered as one of the important factors in the question paper for WBCS and other miscellaneous examinations. So my endeavor is to teach you time and tense very thoroughly so that you can come up with the flying colors very soon, and you will find no difficulties in solving the problems that are given to you in the question paper. I will solve over here a number of questions and show the tips and tricks that are beneficial to you regarding the examination. Now, I look at the board and I will solve so many problems, and you will be listening to it, watching it very thoroughly and try to understand. So students, I just want to remind you one thing, that in my class I will be talking only in English. Now, to the students, English is more or less a very impediment, as because most of us can understand English. Now I just tell you the fact that English has to be learned in English, and I will teach English in English. I will not take any other language to teach you English, because if you learn it through any other vernacular or any other language, it is not suffice, as because the question paper that will be solved by you, the medium will be in English. So naturally you have to be very much adroit in English, and I do think if you follow my class regularly, you will be adept in English very soon, and I think and I hope also that you will come up with the flying colors, you will know the tips and tricks, and after that you will obviously be successful in the examination. So can we just start with the problems? So time and tense. Now look at the board. I am just giving you some problems, and after that I am trying to solve all the problems, and I will give you the tricks and tips how to solve it. Now first of all, I will tell you what is time and tense, and after that it's a confluence of time and at the same time tense. You know that how many tenses are there? There are virtually, in grammar book, it is 3 tenses: present tense, past tense and future. But you have to learn that there are only two tenses, present tense and past tense. There is no such tense which is called future, because when future comes into the hand, it becomes a present tense. But we have to learn it very thoroughly for the sake of the examination. Let us start. Now, first of all, I will talk about that suppose a sentence is given, how to solve the problem within the shortest possible time, giving the tricks. Now, number one, he see me yesterday. Now the verb over here is unedited form, in unedited form. In the examination, this type of question will come and will be given 4 options. Now this portion is unedited, you have to just correct it. Now what should be the quickest possible tricks? Now often you have heard about that agreement of verb with the subject, but have you ever heard agreement of verb with the adverb? If you have not, let us clarify. First of all, go to yesterday. What do you mean by yesterday? The previous day. So this is adverb of time. This is the adverb which controls the main verb. So make a bridge, come over here. Yesterday gives direction to the verb to change its form according to himself or itself. So now what should be here? C is in V1. Now immediately yesterday just tells him that change it to V2. Generally V2, and after that we make it in the second form of V2. Then he saw me yesterday. That is the correct answer. Now you can find that you don't have to read the entire sentence very thoroughly. Just verb and adverb. And this is the tricks. Now what you have learned in the examiner, what you have learned in the question, that yesterday is the indicator of V2. That means in a sentence, if you find that yesterday is there, then you have to make the verb in the second form. That means V2 saw. So this is the tips and tricks in the question. Every time you will find that whenever you find it in the sentence that yesterday has been given, the verb should be converted to V2. Next we are coming to second number of question. The question is, it rained for 2 hours. It rained for 2 hours. That's a very simple one. Now we just explain that having, just you have to take the options only. Now wherever you find this type of sentence, then you have to judge for 2 hours. Here what is called, this is known as duration factor. Duration factor. As soon as you find this one, it rained for 2 hours, immediately you have to resort to which tense? Present perfect continuous tense. Then the rain should be converted to has been, and after that raining. Now this is the correct answer. You have to just take. So what you have to learn, for 2 hours is the duration factor. If in a sentence the duration factor is given and the verb remains abbreviated form, immediately you have to change it to present perfect continuous tense. Another factor is there, I am just giving you. What is that? Since morning, suppose this sentence has been given. This is known as pinpoint time factor. Pinpoint time factor. Now the question is that either duration factor or pinpoint time factor should be given in the question paper. So immediately if you have marked, if you knew it very well, then immediately you have to change the verb into present perfect continuous tense. These are all rules, and this is the shortcut rule, as because you know, whenever you are opting for, you are just going to appear for the objective type test, the question paper gives you 25 questions. Now each question is allotted only 35 seconds. Now I just say that we can solve it 3 to 5 seconds if you know the tips and tricks. So these are the most important thing. These are problems, and at the same time I am just teaching you the rules and regulation of the tense. And if you just mug it up and try to understand very thoroughly, you will never commit a mistake in the question, in the examination. Next, third question is given. If you help me, comma, I help you. Second question is given. Third question is given. Now look at the question. What is the question? This is the question and you have to solve. Before solving, I will give you a shortcut trick. What is? That is called the function of if. You have to learn. Function of if. If followed by V1, then conclusion will be future. Now this is our, once again, I just explained. If this sign is called followed by. Followed by V1, that is the first form in the present tense. This hash form is known as conclusion. Then hash, that means conclusion will be future tense. Then you just put this formula over here. If you help me, help is equal to V1, then here you have to write will help. Now that is your answer. In the question paper we will get the options. You will find the options over there. Immediately you have to choose the will help option and you will be 100% correct. Because this is the formula given by grammar, not by me. I am just giving you in details what is that. Next comes question number 4. Now in question number 4, who discovered America? Who discovered America? Now this is a very tricky question that has been given. Now watch is the tricks given over here. They just want to test your knowledge. Because whenever you are appearing for WBCS prelims, they want to see that you know all the tips and tricks and all the depth of knowledge regarding grammar. So here, what you find? Who discovered America? When? How many years ago? That has not been given. They are very intelligent. They will make you fool. But what should you become a fool? You also apply the tricks of the real. What? As soon as no time has been mentioned, you immediately discover, change it to V2. Then you write discovered. Because this is according to rules of law. Because past indefinite tense shows the long past and there is no mention about the time. So this is like that. So you have to remember all these times that if a past incident, because when the America was discovered, nobody can know. Somebody knows, the historians know. In your journal, in the current affairs, you know that when discovered. But here in the question it is not given. So when they want to make you fool, you should not become fool. You be clever and just transfer it to V2 and you find that your answer is 100% correct. Next is that question number 5. Now question number 5 has been given. If I be a king, if I be a king, comma, I would be happy. Now this is a fantastic question and this is a very beginning one, very puzzle question. That if I be a king, I will be happy. In shortcut, I will make this and I will give the answer of this thing. Now just look at over here, if function, once again if function. After if you find any sentence which is unreal and improbable, unreal and improbable, improbable in the context of the present, in the context of the present. Now I explain what is that. Are you a king? No. Do you have the chance to become a king in future? No. So when after this type of sentence comes into fray and there is unreality and improbability, then make this be verb into past plural. What is that past plural? Where. And as soon as you make it where, then the answer is there. You don't have to think over it, because the grammar has given, it's a long theory. In the class, whenever you will get the chance, I will teach you what is past subjunctive mode. This sentence is written in the past subjunctive mode, and past subjunctive mode deals with unreality and improbability. Of course, you will get in the books. So please go through, and after that you will find that everything has been given within the tips and tricks so easily that you can easily answer the question and become the champion. So this is the trick which you have to follow. Just so, once again I will make a shortcut formula also. In this type of question, if followed by subject followed by where, that is past plural, and after that it will be followed by would. So if you remember all these things and just tally it in the question, that if it is there or not, you will find everything and your answer will be 100% correct. You don't have to bother for it. I think I am understood properly. If not, feel free to write to me, and after that I will make you understand what is given in the question paper in the board, and after that we will make it further study. If there is any problem, feel free to write to me, and then I will just sort it out within the twinkling of your eyes.